optimization service. I don't know if it actually is just run by this malware as a service campaign, or if it's using it for other, if it's rented out for other so-called high-risk activities. The benefit of that is that if you can't directly get the web unless you work in Discord, you can get the banned. And here it starts the X-Worm client, and wow, if you look up here, there's so many types. For now, let's look into how we can get rid of this. We'll go with these for now. So we're going to scan. This will find anything running, anything set to stone up automatically, and it should be able to help us get rid of the infection. Now here we've got our stolen data, which isn't actually removed from there, so we can see our Chrome cookies, various things in here. Now of course, on my test VM, there's not going to be anything particularly dangerous, but you can actually identify the owns this VM, but of course that's not. And we can see from this, there he is. FSL.exe.exe was the rat that actually went there. Just to use that. But we can kill there's possibility we have critical integrity, which will stop here it finds a bunch of oh, there's a fake source as well. We have a grid of all. So the way that this works is we can copy and paste now this is not like for scams. It doesn't, it's intended to be used with manual review. So not everything it finds will necessarily be evil, but we have definitely found some bad finds. So what happens if we run fix it? Just come and remove the file and restart the computer. Not everything. That should mean that we can successfully disinfect the computer. Now let's see if we have gotten rid of tracing. Again, good. Service.
How the fuck?
It is the right service. It's looking for cross-check before it runs. Ensure that we've got rid of rather than the file that we can before it runs. Schedule task. Good to go. Now, one fatal mistake, especially if you were to get to have someone look through the computer, is pulling the thing. Unless it is
really
from the social network, is not the brightest thing to do, because most people know what X-Worm is. In addition, once the final stage is unpacked, the X-Worm would actually be detected, but by then, in theory, they've already disabled all of your security. So, that is going to be all for this video. It was an interesting look at a rat. Also, the first time I have ever had a ratter connect to me live to try and shut down the analysis. That was interesting. Please let me know in the comments below what you thought if you want to see more. Bye.
Hello everybody and welcome back to another video. Now in today's episode, for the first time in a while, we're doing another Wii Homebrew related video. And this time around, we're going to be trying to put NetBSD on this thing. Now NetBSD is an operating system based on the original BSD and is thus not a Linux distro. However, it is a Unix-like operating system. And what's crazy about this is this is not some long-lost version from years ago. This is the latest release. They've got a version specifically for the Wii available for download on the front page of the website. It was actually just added earlier this year. And you can even get the latest daily build compiled for the Wii as well. And installing NetBSD on the Wii, I think, is just as easy as homebrewing the console. It's certainly much easier than putting that old Linux distro that we installed on this thing back in 2023. So it's pretty awesome, and let's just go ahead and get started. Alright, so one thing that I should mention right up front here is that NetBSD does not run particularly well on the Nintendo Wii, at least the graphical user interface that you can boot into once you have the operating system installed. Getting, programs to work under that isn't really a pleasant experience, shall we say. But the command line interface, you can use that just fine. So, if you want to maybe use this to set up a server or something like that for whatever reason, I suppose that you could do that. But this right here is the post that I was made aware of over on netbsd.org, where somebody back in 2010 said, what are the chances of seeing a Nintendo Wii IBM Broadway PowerPC 750CL port? There must be somebody who's experienced enough, owns such a machine, and is motivated to do the port. Well, somebody responded on Saturday, the 27th of January, 2024, and said JMCNEILL just finally ticked off the third checkbox in that list, motivation. He has a few pictures and a video on his Twitter account, and if we go over here, unfortunately these posts are limited, so we can't see the entire thread here, but a couple of these posts do kind of talk about that. So yeah, this is the person who actually took the time to get this running on the Wii, and there's a whole little guide here that shows you how to get it installed, and you can see, just from how small it is incredibly easy to do. You just have to download the image, write it to an SD card, put it into the Wii, and launch it from the Homebrew channel. That's all there is to it. Now, this link here is dead because this was pointing to one of the daily builds, so you can see, like, when you go here, it just has all this nonsense. Though it's worth noting, you can go to the NetBSD homepage, like I mentioned earlier, and download the Wii install media right from here. And this is for NetBSD 10.0, the current, stable release. But I actually did all my testing with one of the daily builds, so we're going to get the latest one of those, which as of me filming this video would be the one from December 16th. So we can go to this link here and just basically back up to NetBSD Daily, and we want to go into Head, and we're going to select the last option here, 2024-16. We go in here, we scroll down to EVD PPC, binary, GZIMG, and we downloaded the Wii.img.gz file. Now I'm just going to open that up in 7-zip here. We'll just extract this to my downloads folder, that's fine. And then I'm going to bring up Win32 disk imager, so on Windows here, and we're going to select our file, choose the SD that I've got put in here. And I would recommend using a larger one, especially if you want to install some additional packages, because the way this works is this image file is about 1.5 gigabytes in size. So it's going to create about a 1.5 gigabyte partition on the SD card. But then when you pull into the Wii and launch NetBSD from the Homebrew channel, on first boot, the operating system is going to expand that partition, take up the rest of the SD card. So in my testing previously, I was originally using a 2 gigabyte card. So when I tried to install some packages, I ran out of space very, very quickly. So we're just going to click on right here. This will obviously wipe the entire card, so I don't have any data on here. Make sure you back everything else up. And once this finishes, all we got to do is pop into the Wii and go from there. Right after a quick word from today's sponsor, Boot.dev, who provides a fantastic way to learn to program. They focus on back-end web development. Their curriculum will teach you the ins and outs of both Python and code, while also
I don't know who you are, and I don't care. But since it seems that he has you marked, making you a bigger threat to provoke ourselves as both.
Because Boot.dev, this isn't some get-rich-quick scheme. They want you to feel like you've actually learned something new. So the lessons go really in-depth on each topic. And since the whole thing is self-paced, you can take as much time as you need on each course. And if you ever have to get stuck, they have a Discord community where you can ask for help. And their new spell provides a cheat sheet of links and notes that you don't know. It's all for
To the printer!
so that's why they offer no questions every course before subscribing to a membership, which you can do by clicking the link below. And if you use code MichaelMJD at checkout, you'll get 25% off your entire first year if you choose the annual plan. So be sure to check them out, and huge thanks again to Boot.dev for making this video possible. Alright, so as per usual, and I don't have the extra part of it in yet, so we're going to do that right now. There it is. And right here is where it's going to resize the partition, which can take a little while. And then once it open up. We got OpenGL Gears as well. This one I've not actually tried yet. Let's see if this opens up. And that's, yeah, that just kind of froze the whole system. Oh, well, look at that. It actually opened up. So it did, we can close out some of this stuff just so we're not, having all these applications running at the same time. Let's see what else we've got. We got the, be able to do, resize that down. Maybe have that running there. And we got some components.
Why do I have 4 wooden crosses?
Yeah, check that out. That actually shows up pretty nice and so Windows. Yeah, you've got a couple things built in. But notably, you don't have like a web browser or anything like that. Though you can download one, but it doesn't well. Unfortunately, NBSD does not make use of the wireless adapter it has. So, to get this system online under NBSD, you have to use either a compatible USB wireless adapter, you have to set up a Bluetooth personal area network, or use the official Ethernet adapter that I've had for a while now because I've used this in multiple things related to buffering stuff. So, I'm going to get this open. Now, if we ping google.com, you'll see we get a reply. We don't have to restart the console. You don't even have to go into these network settings on the system menu and change those around. I actually have it configured just to use Wi-Fi on the menu. Let's go ahead and clear this here and let me switch back to my computer for a second. This is a little bit of how you can on the system has a protocol PKG SRC built in that can be used to install packages. However, it is a very just makes the installation and upgrading of packages a whole lot easier. You can also use it to search a repository for a package to see what's available. Though it doesn't come with NBSD, so you have to install it. And go through that process, so I'll have this link down below and up in the card. And one of the first things we have to do is set the location of the package repository that we're going to be downloading stuff from. And NetBSD has a bunch of those available on their website. So I'll have this one linked down below for all packages that work under the EVB PPC architecture, which is the version of NetBSD we've got running on the Wii. But if we do back up here, similar to what we had with daily builds, on that screen, downloading that earlier, you've got all these different architectures here, and if you go into like i386, you've got the same folder you can do all the packages for that. I'm first going to back up here because we're using this folder here. Now, for whatever reason, it is only available in this 10.0 2023 Q3 repository. So if we go in here and do a search for PKGen, there it is. If we go back here and go into the 2024 Q1 repository, and even just the regular node, you don't have to PKG info. You've got 5 different instances of that. But for whatever reason, yeah, it's not available in these other repositories. So that's why we're going to be.
Why can't I reach it?
And to do that, you want to run PKG path and set it to this old URL. So I'm going to do that, enter, and then we're going to run export PKG path. Now if we run PKG, add that path for us. Because we're using one of the daily builds, the version number is higher than what the package was. There we go. And then we can run PKGen. Commands here. So what I'm going to do is in that tutorial video, the guy called NeoFetch. So I'm going to run PKGen install NeoFetch. And that seems like a pretty good place to start. And you see it found a dependency that NeoFetch needs, so it's going to install 2 packages. We're going to say yes, and we're done. So if we run NeoFetch, spell that right. That's not how you spell it. And there you go. You can see the version. Make some RAM, which, yeah, that's why you gotta be really careful with, like how much stuff you're running at one time, because you can load that memory up pretty quickly. So one thing I did off camera taking a little while to respond here. Let's give it a moment. Oh, I guess it wasn't entirely loaded yet. We still had some icons down there on the start page that finished loading. And keep in mind, this is the browser meant for, you know, lower system. So I'm sure that brings up the boxes to the keys first. Oh, yeah, insertion point. Okay, we're back to the cursor. Can I type in here yet? I feel like, yeah, no, not yet. I mean, I think it kind of froze up again. Yeah, oh, wait, no, it didn't. Even pressing keys, like, I press tab to, you know, move around, that's not really doing anything. I can't navigate around in this at all. I mean, what if we try to go to, like, most visited here? Click on this. Just sit here for a moment. Okay, I've been sitting here for like 10 minutes, and you can see that it actually moved the insertion point up here to the address bar. So I think it's slowly like everything ridiculously time to get there. So I'm just going to close out of this. I think I'm actually going to have to report power off But that's what I was talking about when I said that the GUI was not really pleasant to use. Because although all the in application works just fine, if you're running a program memory, just slow down the entire system and make it pretty much unusable. That being said, I feel like I install some other programs, third party.
Why can I not?
So I've got, we're going to run a pkgen search. I found in that repository there are little Tetris packages. So do a search for Tetris and grab one of those. Okay, well Tetris CLI is Tetris. So why not Tetris? Because with this being able to run without the button, it basically use much less memory. Warning. Yeah, greater version than available package. Yeah, there it is. Check that out. Alright, so I just wanted to mention that this is actually a version of Tetris that comes with NetBSD. I first noticed this when I was editing because in the graphical user interface under terminal utilities, that's the version that I just downloaded, so that was pretty much a waste of time. But hey, at least Tetris runs on here. That's pretty cool. Yeah, I mean, you can see that it works totally fine. One line, which I could have did that to the far right, but let's just go for another straight piece here. So we'll go down. There we go. And it keeps our high score there. Okay, to return to see high scores. So there you go. I also saw a game as well. Pac-Man. But yeah, you see what I'm talking about? Like pkgen makes this process so much easier because you don't have to like know the name of the package beforehand. You can just search for it. You figure out, okay, this is one not underscore Pac-Man, which is gravity controlled Pac-Man apparently. Okay, so we'll just run a pkgen install not underscore Pac-Man. Now this, I wonder if this is like a command line application, if it's a graphical interface, required thing. We do have a lot more dependencies to install, so yeah, let's just let it do that. Alright, so that's done. Let's run, I assume it's going to be not underscore Pac-Man. Error underscore keyboard translated mode inappropriate IOCTL device. Okay, let's try to make it run it under Made by Love, which must be good. I'm assuming this is the company name or the organization, maybe. Do I gotta click or something? It's just rolling around. Well, why don't we give it some time? I feel like I've been saying that a lot, but it's kind of the name of the game that's no pun intended. Okay, so I just looked this up to get some further info, and apparently this is a Pac-Man style game with gravity in which the player controls the rotation of the game field. And if we go to the home page here, yeah, this is where you can download it. And it says it's a combination of Knot and Pac-Man, in which the Pac-Man that goes in a Pac-World cage at mercy of gravity in a little shape controlled solely by you. And you can download it for a few different platforms down here. They got the source code available as well. But it doesn't seem to be really working on here. I mean, like, I've been here for another like 10 minutes on this screen. It's just straight up not doing anything. I've been clicking, I've been pressing keys, I've been doing the arrow keys, WASD, like nothing. I also feel like we should be running at a much faster frame rate here, so I think even if the game were to load, we're not really going to get anywhere. So I can't do any sort of like keyboard combination here to quit out of this, so I think I'm just going to have to force reset the console. Now, I haven't mentioned this yet, but the reason why the GUI performance is so terrible is because we don't have full 2D and 3D hardware acceleration working, and that's mentioned by somebody else in that Twitter thread that I mentioned earlier. So yeah, if that ever gets implemented, which honestly is pretty unlikely with how niche of a use case this probably is, but if somebody ever takes the time to figure that out, I imagine things on the GUI side will improve substantially. But hey, the package name isn't a lie. That surely wasn't Pac-Man, so can't fault them for that. So I figured we'd install one more package to kind of end off this video the right way. And you guys know, if you've been watching this channel for a while, this is kind of a tradition on this channel, though I'm sure we're not going to be able to actually get it to run, but we're going to run pkgen install GIMP. Yeah, let's see what we can do with this. Alright, so that's finally done. Let's boot back into the graphical user interface and see. This is not, I don't even know why I'm doing this. This is not going to work. There's no freaking way this application is going to work whatsoever. We'll go under Applications, under Graphics, and there it is, GNU Image Manipulation Platform. Alright, now's where we wait. Okay, wait, well hang on a second. I was about to literally just get up and walk away for a minute, but yeah, it started to come up here. We got these splash, and we're just waiting for it to load. I mean, I imagine this is going to take a little bit, but that was way sooner than we actually got something to come up on the screen compared to the web browser. I'm starting to wonder, maybe I should just try Firefox. In the meantime, I got to do some waiting for GIMP to start up. Well, we certainly made progress. We're here, and look at this. I got the context menu to open up. So I wonder if we can make a new file, which it looks like that I'm trying to go up here to the file menu, and well, it's not getting us there. So yeah, I wasn't really expecting. Honestly, I wasn't expecting the program to launch entirely. Yeah, I mean, we're going to have the same. This is just going to be like a common theme with any of these applications, I feel. Oh, now we're up at that little top thing. Okay, well, here we go. File. That seemed like it was pretty responsive. I've hit the left arrow key. Go over to New. Try to move. Oh, look at that. Okay. New. Can we click on that? Okay. Well, at least we can move around the menu. That's a great sign. And it is coming up with that menu, so we can make a new image. Okay. Let's see if we can make like just a 20 by 20, like really small here. And yeah, look at that. That's rather instantaneous. So, okay. Now let's see if it'll actually go through with that. Oh, wait a second. Okay, all these options. Oh yeah, look at that. There it is. It's coming up. Slowly but surely. I'm trying to like move the window around. I think, is the window like maximized or something to where we can't drag the title bar around? Oh no, it's just like way off the screen. Yeah, if it were maximized, it would be like way up here. But yeah, there's our tiny little image. So that actually worked much better than I thought. I mean, it took a while for the program to start, but yeah. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and go back to the command line interface. We can just do this terminal in the GUI, but I figured we just close out of it to not have that running. And we'll run pkgen. I'm just gonna do a search for Firefox again. Yeah, Firefox 52 ESR. So pkgen install Firefox 52, and then we gotta make sure to just 52.9 so we don't get that language pack. It's not available in the repository. So I'm gonna maybe type out the whole thing. 0NB63. Oh, No, that's exactly what I had to do. Okay, maybe because there was another package with a similar name there, but yeah, okay, it's going to get all these dependencies. Sure, we'll proceed. We've got the Arctic Fox web browser and the browser web browser. Yeah, that sounds pretty crazy. Let's open up the browser web browser. Okay, so it's been about 30 minutes. I'm not joking, and it just opened up the browser window here. And yeah, you know, at this point, I'm not even going to attempt to go in here and try to browse to a website because it's just this. I can already tell it's going to be a very unusable experience if we can even get it to navigate to any page at all. Arctic Fox did not take this long to open, and I don't even think the program's done loading yet. You see, we're not even at the like new tab page. It hasn't loaded all the way. And the system is just like totally messing up. I mean, I can barely move the mouse cursor around at this point. So this is definitely worse than Arctic Fox. But I mean, you guys saw how much we were able to do with this. We were able to install a few, you know, command line programs. Those all ran totally fine. The built-in programs on the GUI side of things ran fine as well. We were able to get GIMP working and actually make an image, which was surprising to me. So I think it's just really cool that, you know, NetBSD actually works on the Nintendo Wii and that this is like the latest version of the operating system. That's pretty impressive. And yeah, that's pretty much going to wrap it up for this video. So I hope you guys enjoyed this one. If you did, be sure to give it a thumbs up, get subscribed, maybe consider becoming a patron or a channel member to get early access to these videos before anybody else. But either way, I just want to thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Yeah, I'm sure you saw this one coming. Today we're taking yet another look at this Sylvania Windows-embedded internet device laptop thing that we recently explored in this video. And if you missed that one, this was recently sent out to me by a viewer named Case. Thank you very much once again. And in that episode, we just kind of explored its pre-installed operating system. We tried to run some emulators and some games on it. And, you know, it actually performed better than I expected, but still, it's a Windows CE device, so, I mean, you can't really expect much. But today, we're going to be trying to push this thing to the limits by installing some other operating systems on it, specifically Arch Linux. That's right, we're going down that rabbit hole today, so we're going to pop in this SD card and see what we can do with it. Hello everybody, and welcome back to another video. So I definitely jumped a little bit ahead of myself here because we don't actually have anything set up on this SD card right now so that this system that keeps wanting to go to sleep can be able to boot from it. But that is one of the neat things about these Sylvania / however other many brands these things were sold under, laptop internet device things, is that they do have an SD card slot and you are able to boot off of an SD card if you configure it properly. So this is nothing new. I mean, people have done this for years. I mean, pretty much ever since these devices first came out. And there have been a few tutorial guides written on how you can do this yourself. And I was able to find one specifically for Arch Linux, so we're going to follow along with that shortly here and see if we can get that installed on this SD card and boot it from the system. The really nice thing about doing this is that you don't actually have to mess with the Windows CE partition on the internal storage device at all. So to get started, I'm going to swap over to one of my Linux machines and we'll get this SD card configured and see what we can do. Right after a quick word from today's sponsor, Boot.dev. If you've ever wanted to learn how to program, Boot.dev can get you on the right track to learning back-end web development in both Python and Go. They believe the best way to learn to code is to make sure you don't get bored, and that's why the entire platform is designed to feel like a role-playing game. You'll earn XP, gain achievements, advance through levels, and complete quests to try and get a top spot on the global leaderboard. And the whole time, you'll be writing a ton of code, because actually getting your hands on the keyboard really is the best way to learn. And if you ever happen to get stuck or can't figure something out, there are solutions available for each programming challenge to see exactly how the instructor wrote the code. On top of all that, Boot.dev doesn't ever want you to feel like you wasted your money. So if the courses aren't working out for you, they offer a 30-day, no questions asked refund policy, and even allow you to demo every before subscribing to a member program, which you can do by clicking the link below. And if you use code MichaelMJD at checkout, you'll get 25% off your first month or even your first year. So be sure to check them out, and huge thanks again to boot.dev for making this video possible. Alright, so we're in a fresh install of Ubuntu Linux, because I figured we'd switch up the distro of choice today. And right here is one of those tutorials that I was talking about. This was published over on kernelhacks.blogspot.com. And by the way, I'll have all of these links I mentioned today down below if you want to check this thing out for yourself. Now, this is a pretty old guide. It was published in June of 2012. As of November 2012, apparently you can't use a version of Arch Linux released after then with this guide because of changes in the boot process. So we are going to have to use a bit of an older version. And luckily, as linked in this other post on the same blog, there are a couple of pre-built images available, or rather just one pre-built image, but there's two different links to the same image here. So we're going to go this route today because I figured, you know, we haven't tried Arch before. This is a bit of an easier way to get it set up, and we're also probably going to piss off all of the Arch elitists for not compiling it from scratch. So I figured we're killing like two birds with one stone there. Unfortunately, though, both of these links are dead. If you try to open them up, one of these is hosted on Hotfile, which is just down, and the other takes you to a file factory link. And yeah, you can see this is just an invalid download link, so this is completely useless to us. So yeah, I mean, that was pretty disappointing because this image seemed like it was going to make things so much easier for us because it already has the LXDE desktop environment set up. It sounds like you just have to copy it over to an SD card and you're pretty much good to go from there. So I thought we were going to have to do things from scratch, which wouldn't have been the biggest deal, but then I came across this Internet Archive listing uploaded by Good Old PCs back in 2020. And this right here not only contains these, or just this image you can get through either one of these links, but also a bunch of other Linux-related stuff for both Arch and Debian and getting those systems running on a WM8650 devices. Now, WM8650 is the model number of the CPU that's in the Sylvania netbook internet device thing, as well as, you know, a bunch of other devices as well. So I went ahead and downloaded this entire archive and pulled out the two images that we need for Arch Linux. And one of those is the image I just talked about that already has LXDE and everything set up on it. And then we have the boot image here. Now the boot image, interestingly enough, is still available through, if you go back to the original blog post, which it mentions here, what you would have to do is download the full system image and then follow the first two steps that the author wrote in the previous blog post. So if you go back to here and scroll down to where the tutorial begins, it's mentioned right here that you have to get the boot partition, and this is still available through the original link here on YouTube. So that's pretty cool. But you can also get it through the archive as well, so that's what I've done. So we're just going to begin. I'm going to pop in. I've got both a 4 gig and a 32 gig SD card. So I figured we would just go overkill with a 32 gig card, you know, especially if we want to install like some programs and stuff on this, assuming, of course, we can get it working. So what we're going to do is pop in this SD card to the system. And you can see this was used on one of my Wii's, actually. So you got Boot Me on here, and yeah, this was actually when I did the Linux on the Nintendo Wii video, because we have a Linux partition on here. But we're going to close out of all that, and I've got gpardon on here. We got to open that up to partition this, so we'll authenticate with our super secure password there. So we're going to switch over to the SD card, and we are going to unmount this FAT16 partition so that we can actually, you know, get rid of it, and we'll do the same thing with the ext3 one, so we'll unmount that, and then we're just going to delete these partitions, and we'll apply those changes. So first, create a very small FAT32 partition and name it boot. Smallest partition gpard allowed me to make was 33 megabytes. So, okay. And now we can just use the rest of the unallocated space for an ext3 partition and call it arch_sys. Alright, we're done. So, close out of gpardon here, and if we go into, let's open up a new window here, and you see we have archsys and boot, and there's nothing on either of them. So now we can open up a terminal window, and let's see, we have got to go to documents, go to our lovely appropriately named folder there, and yeah, so we got those two images in here. So what you would have to do is run this image to untar the boot file here, which is this one, and copy everything over to the boot partition. Then you would start going through the process of downloading the root file system, untarring that, and getting all that set, which we don't have to do because we already have that pre-built image. And I'm just going to copy this first part of the command here and paste that into terminal. And then, the reason why I'm not copying this is because we have to get the actual file path for the boot partition on our system. So that's going to be media Michael boot. So we'll copy that and we'll paste that in here. And we should, do we have to run this as sudo? We might. Maybe not. It looks like it just did it. Yep, there we go. So that's everything on the boot partition. So now we can go back and we're going to go into Arch System here. And normally what you would do if you didn't have that pre-built image downloaded is you would just follow along with the rest of this guide, download the root file system, copy those files over to the card, do all that. You can see the entire process is just listed right here. But thanks to the fact that we're using that pre-built one, we can go back to this guide and we can copy, once again, this first portion of the command, and we'll paste that in here, and then go to our Arch System directory and paste that section here. Run that, and looks like we're getting a bunch of permission denied and no such file or directory errors. Okay, so we probably have to run this as sudo, so let's just break that command. Oh yeah, you see now it's copying stuff over. It's just not outputting anything because the command's still in process there. Alright, so that is done. It did take a little while, but it's copied everything over here to the Arch System directory, at least supposedly. And I think that we're good to go. So we're just going to go actually back into the file manager here to safely eject the SD card. And we'll swap over to the Sylvania laptop and see if this thing works. So I think all we have to do is pop in the SD card to the slot here and power on the machine. I think it'll just start booting off of the SD card. I think it just bypasses the internal drive when you have one put in and has the partition on it. And yeah, that's exactly what it does. So here we go. Oh yeah, once we finish the game, just moves a lot of the groups. I know it's a bad idea, but okay, there is a password. Okay, it's just root and root, so I was on the right track there. Root and root for the user and user for a non-privileged account. And we should look at that. So here we are in the LXD environment. That's really awesome. So yeah, we'll have to explore this and see what we've got on there. I'm curious if did it recognize the network adapters? Let's see. No network devices available. Okay. It actually looks like there's another file we have to download to get that working, so let's do that really quick. Okay, so let's pop this in to one of the available USB ports, and hopefully it's recognizing the USB ports. Let's hop into... Oh yeah, there we go. So yeah, we'll open the file manager, and we'll just open up a terminal session here, and the command is pacman-u, and then the name of the file, so wmt- we'll just do a tab there, and I think that's it.
Grant me the strength to continue to endure these dark days, to lay bare the path to salvation for my wayward brothers and sisters, so we may walk it together, and to strike down all those who would see our will defied. Even as our suffering continued, I honored my pledge of patience to the exactor.
And yet you now appear before me, a stranger, bearing what was not yours to receive. A betrayal made flesh, and one I cannot brook.
It always comes down to this.
Can you just... God damn it. Oh, that's cool. God damn it. Killer, killer, killer! You fucking... God damn it. Just spilled half my fucking bowl. Oh my god.
It always comes down to this.
He can easily solo her now. Oh god. Come on, man. Kill her. Kill her. Get her. Oh, you bitch. What?
Brothers and sisters, you honor us and all who came before you with your sacrifices. While I wish they were unnecessary, my wishes will not ease your suffering, but I pray my sorcery does.
Welcome, Dark Crusader.
so many weddings.
By Aureus' divine will, I live again. It's a miracle. And to think I raised my sword to you, when all along you were a divine instrument sent by him to deliver my death and rebirth and bring clarity. Forgive me, Lampbearer. I'm Pietà of the Hallowed Sentinels. And
fuck you, Pietà.
Sustains me.
You're a bitch.
So too will I sustain you. Whether by making manifest your potential or through my healing blood, contained within the sand.
That's nice of you, though.
Should you find any saintly quintessences, bring them to me, and they can bolster the power of my dark force. The beacons must be cleansed, the hallowed sentinels restored, and Adir's malignancy eradicated. Through whatever is to come, the chosen of Orpheus, we stand together in Our work continues, Lambearer. Fellow sanctified vessel, may divine rays
Thank you, Piata.
and into you. The beacons must be cleansed, and Adir's malignancy eradicated. Fellow chosen of Aureus. The beacons and Adir's malignancy.
I have no doubt in my assessment of you as one worthy of the monumental task which lies before us, Crusader. My name is Dunmire, and I am an exactor of the Dark Crusaders, the holy order of which you are now an honored member. The Church of Orien Radiance has assigned to me the duty of purging Mornstead of its Rogar blight and ensuring the ancient tyrant Adir knows no liberation from his enduring imprisonment. While the schism between the Church and Judge Cleric is long-standing, she and her hallowed sentinels, now perverted, did at least construct Mornstead's radiant beacons, which have prevented Adir's return for centuries. But now, we stand corrupted and on the verge of collapse. It is to these fine beacons you must turn your eye. Use the Umbra lamp to cleanse them of Adir's destruction, and deliver salvation to a world on the brink of perdition. Rogar and Hallowed Sentinel alike will offer you no quarter, so remember, though Aureus' mercy is without limit, yours should not be. You serve a higher purpose, Crusader. You serve a higher purpose, Crusader. So the Exactors found himself a new instrument, as Exactors are wont to do. And given that lamp was intended for me should his paladin fall, and yet now here you are, lamp bearer. Well, it seems I was right to doubt the value of a Dark Crusader's word. I'm Stoneman, captain of the Fidelis, a group of good men and women who've made a stand against the madness which has possessed the rest of the hallowed Sentinels. We made a vow to restore our wood to its former glory, whatever the cost to ourselves. By Judge Cleric's grace, we'll honor that vow. That heretical umbral lamp and the Dark Crusaders are necessary evils in these dire times, as I knew you would see them.
Why are you so much taller than me? I just want to buy stuff from you. Shit. Oh shit, he has good shit. He has fucking hella cool shit. What is that, like Hallowed Knight sword? I want that. It's pretty cool. I want that. It's a pretty cool helmet.
Our immaculate lady will bring redemption.
That's it, isn't it? Oh, and that of immortality. And this genuine article. It's not a useless, empty vessel to what I saw that witless fool bumbling around with.
I've learned a little since coming to Mornstead about that map and the operation to which it's attached. It'll be recognized as a frightful burden for what it is. Truth. What's been done to you is outright cruel. Of course, some people are born into roles of tremendous responsibility. My name is Andreas Oden, esteemed scion of nobility. Far more than that, descendant of the great ruler Athanas himself, as proven by my family's book of lineage, for one. That's right. From my veins flows the blood of the legendary hero who defied Adir and the Wogar and saved the whole world, only to be betrayed and murdered by a common criminal. So you lost a man of my pedigree, and I'll see these people while
Uh-oh. There we go.
It saddens me to see you bring such agony down upon your own head. I hope you see sense and reconsider. My offer stands, after all. What man of breeding would turn away from one so dearly in me?
He just gave me a fucking stick. Hold on.
How
Curious how you're still breathing. I suppose dangling the promise of salvation from one hand and the threat of death from the other keeps the pilgrim obedient. On second look, you're not just another deluded lamb, are you? You know, not long ago, I saw a dark crusader carrying that same lamb. Now it's in your hands. Again, curious. I know they'd see you rejuvenate those obscene monuments preventing a deer's return. Don't. That's a threat. But also advice. A deer rewards the faithful. There's salvation here if you want it. But you won't find it in the light of the sun or that lamp. There's salvation, but you won't find it in the
lose all the runes I got from that boss fight? God damn it. Oh well.
continues, Lambert. Fellow sanctified vessel, may Aureus' divine radiance flow through me and into you. The beacons must be cleansed, and a dear fellow
In radiance, judgment. Our Immaculate Lady will bring redemption. In radiance, judgment. Our Immaculate Lady will bring redemption.
Look at you. Aren't you the multi? We tend to stay there, Aureus Snow. Anyway, you don't see the blade coming if we set ourselves a task.
That lamp you've got there, but then, it's not yoke for both ours. I offer a staff after all.
Aye, so it goes. Should you end up one of the few to earn the vestige, I'll tend to it, as I do, for whatever it's worth, and until I'm in the ground myself. The Hallowed Sentinels and Rogar will both show you horror enough, but nothing like what that lamp brings into view. And remember, you look into the shadows. Might be the shadows look back.
What?
Against them, Linda. Finally, make a slave of Galinda. Ha!
You made a slave of me.
You don't count. Ah, you again.
Mind yourself, Lambert. Whether you took up that light willingly or not, you're on a treacherous path. Forever's never as long as you think.
to see through their lies. Church, crusaders, sentinels, corrupt hypocrites, butchers and madmen, the lot of them. And here, the one true God stands on the verge of finally returning and restoring order to this broken world. And what do? Defy him. Fucking heretics. Name's Dunrose. And I'm wondering if a deer might have a purpose for you. It takes strength to survive in this world, and Mornstead's no different. A deer's got no time for the weak, and neither should you. Cut them down, and take what they've got for yourself.
Why is it denying my charge? What the fuck? What the fuck? Why is it denying it? Fucking God, bro. Oh shit, that's probably the fucking card that I